So the first day of our arrival, I was extremely nervous because I didn't know what to expect. But on the last day, and as the process was, I kept going through the process of this whole thing, I felt more comfortable, less stress. Everything was made extremely easy for us. Every question was answered during the duration of our trip, and I think we felt comfortable.
I feel this. Sorry, I was very happy and excited on day one. Right, I was always smiling. We're day 6. I'm still very excited and very happy. So that may be just who I am. I think before getting to here, Epic did a really good job of explaining to us what to expect. Right, so giving us an itinerary, letting us know what times things would happen, who we'd be able to see, when we'd be able to visit folks. Throughout our stay, that itinerary has been consistent with kind of our expectations. So overall, positive experience.
Yes, very much.
Second question.
Yes.
I have several questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Ooh.
The food.
Food! No, yeah, no.
The food, the palace was absolutely beautiful. Driving around the whole town and everything was an experience of its own. But for me, I think the experience of the different spices and foods and raw meatball that I've never had before in my life, I think it was very, very delicious.
Yeah. Culture was a big thing. Even though we came for aesthetics, we did get a chance to partake in the culture, whether it was the food, whether it was the tourism, right? All of those things were awesome. As my wife said, whether it was eating raw meatballs, which is amazing, by the way, or getting a chance to spend some time in Asia, spend some time in Europe, travel between the both, they were just amazing all regard.
It went too fast. The experience was great. Since it was so positive, the days felt like they just kept going, and it was just extremely fast. I wish it would slow down a little bit so we can enjoy and marinate in the positive aspects of Istanbul. So besides that, I think everything was great.
6 days. One word, 6 days. Perhaps one word for the 6 days would be incredible. Yeah, it was insane. It was exciting. It was incredible. I think you start off, with your appointments, which are very, slow. But as soon as appointments and testing are done, you're full blown into your procedures, right? So it was quick. It was expeditious, I think would be the word I would say. But it was also a lot of fun.
Oh, it was exceptional. I think coming from America, we have high expectations of healthcare, and I think every point of, especially someone who comes from healthcare background, was met. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel like I didn't know what was happening. Every step of the way was explained to me. The nurses and the staff were absolutely amazing. The advanced technology in Istanbul was absolutely amazing. There's things that we are missing in America, I believe, that we don't have, that you guys absolutely are embracing and using. So it was amazing.
Yeah, I echo what my wife said. I think facility is important when you think about these things, and the facilities that we went to were clean, they were safe, technology was up to par, right? Is that fair? The staff that we met, they were very polite. They were very knowledgeable in their particular areas, right? So we could tell that we were getting assistance from professionals and experts in their field, whether it's Derjan or the folks who helped me with my hair. Lastly, I would say it also felt very tailored to you, right? So they asked you questions that are specific to you and your needs and your desires and your wants. Follow-up consultation that's specific to things that are important to us as well. So I think those 3 things were what I would sum up as in terms of medical.
Oh, absolutely. amazing. I think it was so easy speaking with you, and even when I needed to tweak things a little bit there, I wasn't unsure of certain things that I wanted to do, you kind of didn't push any further to make me make a decision that I wasn't unsure of, but rather just kind of ease my way into it. You answered absolutely every question. And it just made me feel like I did not come here with somebody that I did not know 6 days ago. I kind of felt like I was speaking to a friend or somebody that I had a relationship with in the past. So it made the whole experience even more comfortable.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you come to a foreign country, you don't know what to expect, right? So you don't know whether or not the person that you've been communicating with is going to be considerate, they're going to be thoughtful, they're going to be courteous or professional, right? You get here at IPEC, and the team were amazing in that regard. I think, she's walked us through what the process was early on, so we knew what we were going to get into. And you've been very honest with us, and I appreciate that. As my wife said, it's more of a friendship rather than a professional relationship, which is amazing. So that gives us a sense, or an increased sense of trust.
And you made it fun.
Yeah, in addition to that, you made it fun. You made it, you didn't push us to do everything at once, right? And you also thoughtful for things that we weren't aware of, right? So maybe it didn't make sense for us to, structure tours right after procedures, right? You gave us some insight based on your prior experience, and that helped us evaluate things, right, as well. So overall, I would say super trustworthy, super friendly, considerate, thoughtful, very responsive, right? Even if it was messages at 3 a.m. we got responses back, or even your messages. I was messaging Alec and Epic on Tuesday at midnight or at 1 a.m. The day of your procedure, and they were very thoughtful, responding back to me within a couple of hours on updates as well. So hope that answers your question.
I'm very happy to hear all these things. Yeah, I feel in that way too. Like,
Good.
I have friends in the US.
That's how we feel. That's
when
how
you
we
come
feel.
there, we definitely give you a tour.
We owe you.
I'll
We owe
be
you
your
guys.
tour guide.
Oh, great.
I feel like we owe you guys.
Go straight to you. I think based on our experience, when we go back home, we could definitely vouch for you. And if they want to come through this experience and come to Istanbul and get something done, I'll definitely refer, based on our experience, to you guys. I think, hands down, you were probably the best.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you think of Turkey, you think of Istanbul. There's a lot of medical providers here, right? And they're all offering services, right? But you do want to make sure that you have trustworthy people behind you. So I think going with a service provider like you is a very smart move for a few reasons. One of which is you can trust that the people are trying to find the best professionals for you, find the best facilities for you, find the best services for you. And more importantly, you do feel like you're in the inner circle. You feel like you understand that you're part of the process, right? You aren't an outsider looking in, you're participating with them. And I think that's important.